Hello, good evening and welcome to News Recap on News 9 o'clock. We are streaming live from our studios here in Usu. My name is Nadia Nimako and
Yao Ajiman Minta.
Coming up in today's bulletin, the Electoral Commission have stated that the new electoral roll still has minors and foreigners.
Sanitation Ministry steps up effort to rid Accra drains of solid waste.
On the political scene, Professor Nana Opoku Ajiman begins tour of Greater Accra.
And also, court fines 2 tenants for storing wastewater behind bathhouse.
Ghana is making progress in reducing COVID-19 cases.
Furthermore, 2020 Ghana Psychological Association Week launch in Accra.
Coming up in business news, fiscal discipline required to stabilize economy, Dr. Said Boachi has stated.
Ghana requires 1.3 billion loan to purchase cocoa for next crop season.
We have this and more coming up shortly in the next few minutes. Please do stay.
Thanks for staying here with us. The news in details. Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources has intensified the effort to ensure that drains in the national capital area are rid of plastics and other solid waste to facilitate the flow of water.
In some political matters, Professor Nana Opoku Ajiman, the running mate for John Dramani Mahama, is beginning a tour of the Greater Accra region. According to a statement from the National Democratic Congress Greater Accra Regional Secretariat, she will tour the Shah Osudoku constituency to deliver her message of hope and total transformation when NDC takes over power in January 2021.
And also, Vida Dameni and Augusta Abueji, tenants who reside in Hohoi Ahado, have been sentenced to a fine of 1,200 for storing wastewater behind their bathhouse. Dameni and Abueji pleaded guilty and were subsequently convicted on their own plea. They would serve 6 months imprisonment in default. They were, however, pleaded guilty to a charge of indiscriminate disposal of human excreta and at the same spot and will reappear in court on August 18th.
Moving on, the Ghana Immigration Service and the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority have intercepted 84 bags of smuggled NPK fertilizers meant for the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The fertilizers were seized at Bitform, an unapproved route.
The Ghana Psychological Association is entreating the Ministry of Education to refer the senior high school students sanctioned for misconduct in the ongoing West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination for psychological assistance.
Leader of Risk Communication and Community Engagement for Ghana's COVID-19 response team, Dr. Da Costa Boaji says Ghana is making significant progress in the fight against the disease due to the pragmatic measures put in place to contain it. The infection rate of active cases, he said, kept declining and thereby moving the infections from around 3,500 to about 2,458 against the background of easing restrictions.
The Ghana Psychological Association is entreating the Ministry of Education to refer the senior high school students sanctioned for misconduct in the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate Examination for psychological assistance.
We take a quick breather after we do some more news. Up next is business news. Please do stay.
Thanks for staying here with us. The business news. Government is seeking parliamentary approval to borrow 1.3 billion to finance the purchase of cocoa for the 2021 crop season. An additional of 6.5 million Ghana cedis in tax waivers has also been presented to Parliament. The amount was a cocoa syndicated loan signed between Cocoa Board and some international financial institution. Cocoa Board in 2019 increased the producer price of beans from 7,640 to 8,240 per line.
A senior research fellow at the Institute of Fiscal Studies, IFS, Dr. Said Boachi, has reiterated the need for political commitment to ensure fiscal discipline amidst the novel coronavirus pandemic. According to him, With Ghana's debt servicing taking 72% of government revenue, the country's fiscal position is likely to get worse if government does not take some tough measures in reducing expenditure while it increases revenue. Coming up is international news. Please do stay.
Thanks for staying with us. Now let's do some international news. After Russia became the first country in the world to officially register its vaccines, health officials in Kenya said they will engage Russia over its COVID-19 vaccines. But experts have raised concerns about the speed of Russia's work, suggesting that researchers might be cutting corners. Mercy Mwanganji, the administrative secretary, said they definitely will plug in and work with Russia to ensure that the vaccine is safe before they use it. Now let's do our final story, where British Petroleum (BP) has announced plans to cut 10,000 jobs amid following a global slump in demand for oil because of the coronavirus crisis. The oil giant had paused redundancies during the peak of the pandemic, but told staff on Monday that around 15% will leave by the end of the year. BP has not said how many jobs will be lost in the UK, but it is thought that the figure could be close to 2,000. That's all for international news. My name is Ifriye Frimpoma. Up next is entertainment news.
A very good evening to you, and let's do some entertainment news with me, Cassandra Sika Wilson. And the Film Producers Association of Ghana has indefinitely suspended actress Tracy Boakye after her prolonged quarrel with Belinda Nana Akua-Amoah, popularly known as Miss Bell. Now, the president of the association, James Boakye, says he believes that Tracy's actions do not reflect Ghanaian culture, ethics, and traditions. He further stated that Tracy's actions do not also reflect what the association stands for and what it seeks to promote. And now the National Film Authority's Action Group is demanding for a total lifting or easing of restrictions on cinemas. And according to a member of the group, Cosby Bikpe, the easing of restrictions is crucial to the recovery of the movie industry, which has been dormant since the implementation of COVID-19 restrictions. And this is how we wrap up on entertainment news or news recap here on News Ghana Clock. I am Cassandra Sika Wilson. Please do have a good evening.
This is all what time will allow us on today's edition of News Recap on News Ghana Clock. But before we go, a recap of our headlines. Sanitation Ministry steps up effort to rid Accra drains of solid waste.
Electoral Commission have stated that the new electoral roll still has minors and foreigners.
And also, court fines 2 tenants for storing wastewater behind bathhouses.
Ghana is making progress in reducing COVID-19 cases.
Furthermore, 2020 Ghana Psychological Association Week launch in Accra.
Also in business, fiscal discipline required to stabilize economy, Dr. Said Boakye has stated.
Government requests $1.3 billion to loan purchase cocoa for next crop season.
Do remember to follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also remember to subscribe to all our YouTube channels, and also remember that this production was proudly brought to you by Amelance Media Communications. My name has been Nadia Nimaku and
Yao Ajiman Ninja.
Thanks for watching.